All right, let me show y'all how to make the most fire pot of white beans and rice. This is navy beans, but you can use Great Northerns, and these are my absolute favorite beans to eat. I love red beans, but white beans just really got my heart. So first you're gonna start off with some ham hocks. And something that I saw on High on the Hog, I saw him roast the ham hocks before he put them in some greens. I said, so let me try it with these beans. So I put the ham hocks in the oven for like at 400 degrees for like an hour. And then I chopped my seasoning. This is celery, bell pepper, and onion. I chopped that and I put that to the side. And then I got me some andouille sausage. And this is like 1 pound. And so I chopped that up, and I like to slice mine about maybe about an inch thick or so, half an inch. I don't know, but pretty thick. I don't like it too thin, and I slice it on the bias because I think that's cute. But yeah, so I slice my sausage, and then just check on these ham hocks, and you see how nice and roasted and crispy that skin is. And when I tell you, the flavor was so much more intense. Roast your ham hocks, y'all. All right, so I take the fat from the ham hocks, and that's what I'm using to brown my vegetables. So I put my Trinity in there and I stir it, and I just let that cook down for maybe about 15 minutes or so. And you gotta scrape that stuff off the pot. Got all them little scraps and bits that's flavor. So scrape that off the pan and you put that in the pot too. And you stir it some more and just let it cook down. You want to build up the flavor. That's the secret to Creole cooking and to really just any good food. You want to build the flavor. So I put in my bay leaf, and I'm gonna put the sausage in it, and I'm gonna let that cook down for a little while. Because, like I said, you want to build up that flavor. And instead of just throwing everything in the pot all at once, the more you let the ingredients cook, the more intense the flavor is going to be. So I have my garlic, my little cheap garlic press. I got to get a better one. But I put like 2 cloves of garlic in there, and I squeeze that in, and I stirred that in, and I let it cook down for about maybe 15, 20 minutes. And as you can see, it cooked down and some more of that fat came out, and it's just so good and flavorful. So now I'm gonna add my beans. You soak your beans overnight. I see people cooking beans and they just don't soak them, and I don't know how that don't give you horrible gas. But soak your beans and then put them in the pot. And then I added some chicken broth. You can do just water if you want, but I like chicken broth because it just gives it more flavor. So now I'm seasoning it. You see, I just added some salt, some smoked paprika, um, what's that? Garlic powder, onion powder, and now I'm about to add some herbs after this. Lots of garlic and onion. I like that in mine, but you could use less if you want. And so now I got some oregano. And this is how I make Creole seasoning, by the way. Some thyme. I mix all of these together, and that's Creole seasoning. I got some marjoram. That's a very slept on herb. It has somewhat of a slightly minty flavor. Like, start adding it to your food. It's really good. Got some black pepper and some cayenne pepper. If you don't like your food too spicy, just leave the cayenne out. Black pepper is just fine if you want it to be a little more mild. But like, I grew up eating copious amounts of cayenne pepper. I gotta have it. And then you stir all your seasonings up, and then you add the ham hocks. Now, this was 1 pound of beans, and I kind of overdid it. I really could have just used 2 ham hocks, but I put 3 because I didn't just feel like saving that last ham hock because I wasn't planning on using it for anything anytime soon. But for 2 pounds of beans, 2 ham hocks is enough. 1 pound of beans, I mean, this is 1 pound of beans. So yeah, 2 ham hocks is enough. So then you cover it, and I cook my beans in the oven. I do most of the cooking in the oven because I have a tendency to burn stuff. So I put it in the oven for 350 for a few hours, for a couple hours. And then I finished it on the stove. As you see, I'm starting to like smash them a little bit and stir. So you're gonna put them back on the stove and smash and stir it for maybe about another 30 minutes, and this is what it looks like when it's done. So rich and creamy and smooth and really flavorful. and it was delicious. My family tore this up, y'all. So if you want to make these beans, go ahead and check out this video, save this video, or you can get my cookbook. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? Sausage is juicy, beans creamy and flavorful. Yeah, this recipe is in my cookbook, Creole Recipes, Basics and Staples, Volume 1. Get it today.